There is not an animal on the earth, nor a flying creature on two wings, but they are people like you. Holy Quran.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
我们的节目提供多种语言，请看 suprememastertv.com/schedule.
فوتبال برای من واقعا از لحاظ اینکه علاقه خیلی خاص بهش داشتم خیلی خوشایند بود و اینکه دوست داشتم یه تغییری ایجاد کنم.
Please continue watching to find out more.
Hola, meaning hello in Portuguese, expresses the welcoming nature of the people of the Republic of Angola. Courageous viewers, I am Lionel. The gracious people of Angola wish that you and your loved ones are watched over and protected by heaven. Welcome to our show titled Successful Refugees and Immigrants Leading the Way, Part 16 of a multi-part series, Youth Football Coach Rozma Ghafouri. For various reasons throughout history, people have been forced to leave their homelands and find refuge in other countries, thus allowing them to rebuild their lives and reclaim their dignity. Others have voluntarily migrated to other nations simply for better educational or economic opportunities. There are countless stories of those overcoming many adversities and succeeding in enhancing their new surroundings with their immense skills and talents. Many have made notable contributions to their adopted countries in the fields of art, economics, education, science, sports, etc. In this series, Successful Refugees and Immigrants Leading the Way, we will profile prominent individuals who have enriched the nations to which they have arrived and contributed to the greater good of our world. Today, we would like to share with you an encouraging story about a young Afghan refugee in Iran, Ms. Rozma Ghafouri, who is a football coach dedicated to helping to inform Afghan refugee children and their parents about the importance of school through sports. She is also the winner of the 2020 United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees or UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award in Asia. With 7.7 billion people worldwide as of 2020, 82 million plus persons have been forced to flee their homes. Among them, 26 million are refugees, and nearly 50% of the refugees are under the age of 18. Shelter, protection, and education have become more important than ever and are urgently needed to help stateless and displaced children. The UNHCR Nansen Refugee Award was founded in 1954 and aims to honor those people who devote themselves to help displaced and stateless people. Rozma Ghafouri was one of the winners of the award in 2020 for her exceptional work in helping Afghan refugee children in Iran, especially for encouraging girls to stay in school or stop working and return to the classroom. For more than 4 decades, the Afghan people have been going through numerous tough challenges. Afghan refugees have become one of the largest refugee populations in the world, and Iran hosts the world's second largest number of Afghan refugees after Pakistan. 24 years ago, with the Taliban taking over Afghanistan, the country was not safe. Rozma, who was 6 years old at that time, and her family had to leave their hometown in northeast Afghanistan's Kapiza province. The family of 7 settled in Iran and lived in a tiny room. At least, however, they were safe. For the first few years, Rozma, the same as many other Afghan refugee kids, didn't have enough money to go to school. In order to make a living, she and her siblings worked different jobs, including at a brick factory and on farms, which she recalled was the hardest work. She had to bear the harsh smell of pesticides while toiling under the scorching sun. A few years later, Rozma finally could go to school, but still had to work part-time to cover her book and transportation costs. Despite her busy schedule filled with school and work that occupied almost all of her time, little Rozma showed a very strong interest in playing football. All I wanted to do was play football, but I was not allowed to because I was a girl, she told UNHCR for a September 2020 feature article on her. Fortunately, with her mother's support in letting them do what they loved the most, Rozma and her sisters were free to play football with other children in their neighborhood. For Rozma, football was not just a sport, but it also meant happiness in her childhood. Since that time, Rozma has vowed to help people like her to be happy, smile and forget about the tough challenges in life. In the same UNHCR article, Rozma said, "I dream of a world where Afghan girls and boys have the same opportunities to succeed wherever they are in the world and no matter the obstacles on their path." She further stated, "Sports can be a powerful tool in making this happen." We will now pause a moment for a constructive message and then return to highlight Ms. Ghafouri's accomplishments. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Vegan, cause the animals are so pure and innocent. Welcome back to Successful Refugees and Immigrants Leading the Way, part 16 of a multi-part series, Youth Football Coach Rozma Ghafouri on Supreme Master Television. The Iranian government is aware of the difficult situations of refugee kids and has continuously worked to make education more accessible to them. Still, not all Afghan refugee children have the chance to go to school or can afford to stay in school. For indigent families in particular, the income brought in by their child's labor is seen as essential. Having seen what sports can bring to a person's life, Rozma understands the importance of helping children to engage in football. In 2015, with the help of the Bureau for Aliens and Foreign Immigrants Affairs of the Iranian Ministry of Interior and UNHCR, Rozma, at the age of 24, established the Youth Initiative Fund or YIF in Iran's southern city of Shiraz, her adopted city. The YIF aims to use sports as one way to help Afghan children stay in school. It also provides emotional support and encourages children to access literary and numeracy classes and counseling. Rozma hopes that Afghan refugee children can have a better future. During the weekdays, her group, consisting of both Afghan and Iranian volunteers, go to the neighborhoods in Shiraz to talk to the parents whose children are not in school to ask if their kids may join football practice. Even though the group members are turned away many times, they may gradually form a good bond with the parents. Once the parents notice the positive changes in their kids after participating in sports, they open up more to Rozma and the group. This gives Rozma a much better chance to ask the mothers and fathers to let their kids go to school. To the group, it is also their greatest achievement to see that many kids are now in the classroom. There were also some street children who started with the organization years ago that have played for the Afghan national football team. In the past, Rozma's sister was also invited to play for a women's football team in Afghanistan. This inspires the kids that a brighter future is ahead and waiting for them if they continue to thrive. Since being established, the YIF has offered support to around 400 youth yearly, including Iranian children.
فوتبال برای من واقعا از لحاظ اینکه علاقه خیلی خاص بهش داشتم خیلی خوشایند بود و اینکه دوست داشتم یه تغییری ایجاد کنم. هدف پروژه ابتکاری جوانان این بود که شناسایی کودکان کار و آسیب پذیر، حالا به هر دلیلی آسیب پذیر بودن، از طریق ورزش ما تونستیم بهشون نزدیک بشیم، اینکه بدونیم باهاشون دوست بشیم و اینکه بهمون اعتماد بکنن که مشکلاتی که دارن بیان بهمون بگن، بیان کنن. حالت یه تیمی تشکیل شد که اعتماد سازی شد. از همش مهمتر این بود که بچه‌هایی که مدرسه نمیتونستن مدرسه برن و تونستیم، بچه‌های کودکان کاری بودن که از ابتدا شروع کردن، حدود 6 سال پیش با ما، الان سال 99 هستیم، انتخاب شدن برای مسابقات، حتی تو تیم ملی بازی کردن و این یه الگویی شده برای بقیه‌شون. الان هم توی استان فارس هست، داره بازی میکنه تو لیگ ها، ولی خب وقتی که مسابقات ملی باشه میره افغانستان.
The YIF has made a great impact on the lives of Afghan refugee children, especially girls. Even though both boys and girls may have to work at a young age, girls usually have to deal with greater challenges due to the cultural norm that denies girls rights to receive an education. Many of them are even forced to get married at an early age. What the YIF team has done is to open the doors to different paths where girls may decide their future rather than giving in to the societal norm imposed on them. Through these activities, they have a chance to learn, relax, communicate, acquire knowledge about the world, and be whoever they want to be. Thanks to the youth initiative, my daughter gets to have a childhood to play, to socialize with other children, to dream. These are things I was never able to do, says a 28-year-old mother who attended the sports program with her 12-year-old daughter. With tireless efforts, the YIF's work has slowly changed cultural norms in some Afghan communities about girls playing sports, including football. It is also making positive changes in the Afghan community around the world by positively reshaping people's conceptions. Bravo, Rozma Ghafouri, for your incredible and amazing work. May your beautiful heart continue to shine and empower vulnerable children in Iran. Thank you, lovely viewers, for joining us today for our program. Coming up next is The True Jihad, Part 3 of 14 on Between Master and Disciples. May we now create a peaceful vegan world where everyone lives in love and happiness. Vegan, God smiles upon you.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/GPGW.